Caitlin Clark is coming off an injury, bro. What we seen today was greatness. This was similar to the Michael Jordan flu game. I mean, it's up there type deal, bro. Caitlin Clark just handed the New York Liberty the ass whooping of a lifetime.
Back again. Caitlin's back. Tell Caitlin Clark Kent back in action. Where do I even start?
The Indiana Fever handing the defending champs, the New York Liberty, their first loss of the season in a 102-88 thriller. Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation, back from a 5-game injury layoff, dropped a season-high 32 points, including 7 3-pointers, to lead the Fever to a statement win.
Where do I even start? 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 threes, 11 for 20 in only 31 minutes of basketball. The Indiana Fever say, come on, New York. Come on.
This game had it all. Clutch shots, monster runs, and a battle between two of the league's best in Clark and Sabrina Ionescu, who went off for a season-high 34 points herself. The New York Liberty came into this game 9-0, the last unbeaten team in the WNBA. They're the defending champs, led by superstars Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart, and they've been dominating opponents with their high-powered offense and suffocating defense. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever were sitting at 4-5, a young team still finding their rhythm but showing flashes of brilliance, especially with their rookie phenom Caitlin Clark now. Clark had been out for 5 games with a quad injury, and the Fever went 2-3 without her. That's not bad, but you could tell they missed her playmaking and scoring. This game was a huge test. Could the Fever, with Clark back, compete with the best team in the league? Spoiler alert, they didn't just compete, they cooked. Let's talk about why this matchup was so juicy. The Liberty's undefeated record was on the line, but the Fever had something to prove. Clark, the #1 overall pick and last season's Rookie of the Year, was facing one of the league's premier guards in Ionescu. Plus, Indiana's fast-paced, three-point heavy style clashed with New York's balanced attack. This was a chess match, and we're about to break down every move. The first quarter started with the Liberty flexing their muscle. They jumped out to a quick 17-6 lead, and it looked like they were about to run away with it. Breanna Stewart was hitting mid-range jumpers. Ionescu was cooking from deep, and the Fever's defense looked a step slow. But then, Caitlin Clark said, hold up. With 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the quarter, she converted a 3-point play, driving through contact, finishing at the rim, and hitting the free throw. That got the crowd buzzing. Then, over the next 38 seconds, Clark went nuclear. She hit 3 straight threes from way downtown, 33 feet, 27 feet, and 31 feet. Boom, boom, boom. The score was tied at 24-24 by the end of the first. Let's pause and appreciate this. 3 threes in 38 seconds? From that deep, that's not normal. Clark was letting the Liberty know she was back, and the Fever's bench was going wild. This stretch was a game changer because it flipped the momentum and showed New York that Indiana wasn't backing down. Clark had 12 points in the first quarter alone, including 4 of 5 from 3. She also had 2 assists and 2 rebounds. The Liberty were still in it thanks to Ionescu's 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting, but the Fever's hot shooting, 6 of 9 from 3 as a team, kept them right there. The game settled into a high-octane shootout. The Fever kept bombing from deep, while the Liberty leaned on their inside-out game. Kelsey Mitchell, Indiana's spark plug guard, started heating up, dropping 10 points in the quarter, including a couple of tough layups through traffic. On the other side, Breanna Stewart was a problem. She had 12 points in the second, using her size and versatility to score over smaller defenders. The Liberty's defense also tightened up, forcing a few Fever turnovers, but Indiana's three-point shooting kept them in the lead. By halftime, the Fever were up 53-50. Caitlin Clark had a quieter quarter, scoring just 5 points, but she dished out 4 assists, including a no-look pass to Aliyah Boston for an easy bucket. Boston was holding it down in the paint with 8 points and 5 rebounds at the half. For the Liberty, Ionescu had 16 points and Stewart had 14, but New York's bench was struggling, scoring only 6 points compared to Indiana's 12. The Fever's game plan was clear: spread the floor, let Clark and Mitchell hunt for threes, and crash the boards. They had 10 offensive rebounds in the first half, which led to 12 second chance points. The Liberty, meanwhile, were trying to exploit mismatches with Stewart and Ionescu, but their perimeter defense couldn't stop Indiana's shooters. The third quarter was where this game really got spicy. The Liberty came out with a 9-0 run to start the half, taking a 59-53 lead. Ionescu was unstoppable, hitting step-back threes and getting getting to the line. It felt like New York was about to pull away, and the Fever's offense looked rattled. But the Fever responded with one of the most dominant stretches of the game, a 19-0 run. Yup, you heard that right, 19 straight points. Caitlin Clark ignited it with a transition 3, then Kelsey Mitchell hit a pull-up jumper, and Lexi Hull got loose for a corner 3. Aliyah Boston was cleaning up inside, and suddenly, the Fever were up 72-59. Clark was everywhere in this run, scoring 8 points and dishing out 3 assists. She was reading the Liberty's defense like a book, finding open teammates when they doubled her and punishing them with step-back threes when they didn't. By the end of the third, the Fever was leading 80-71, and the Liberty was on their heels. Stat check: Clark had 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists through 3 quarters. Mitchell had 18 points, and Hull was a surprise contributor with 12 points off the bench. For the Liberty, Ionescu was carrying the load with 26 points, but their role players were quiet and they were getting out-rebounded 30-22. The fourth quarter was tense. The Liberty weren't going down without a fight. Ionescu kept firing, hitting a pair of free throws to cut the lead to 85-82 with 6 minutes left. The crowd was on edge and it felt like New York might steal this one, but the Fever stayed composed. Clark answered with a dagger 3, her 7th of the game, to push the lead back to 6. Then Indiana's defense locked in, forcing 3 straight Liberty turnovers. Aliyah Boston grabbed a big defensive rebound and scored on a putback, and Kelsey Mitchell sealed the deal with a transition 3. The Fever closed the game with a 14-2 run, turning a close game into a 102-88 blowout. The final buzzer sounded, and the Liberty's undefeated streak was over. Caitlin Clark and the Fever had just made a massive statement. Caitlin Clark was the story of this game. 32 points, 7 of 13 from 3, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. This was a masterclass. She tied her career high for threes and became the 3rd Fever player ever to have a 30.5 rebound, 5 assist game. Coming off a 5-game absence, this was a reminder of why she's the face of this franchise. What stood out was her poise. The Liberty threw everything at her, double teams, traps, physical defense, but she stayed calm and made the right play every time. Her 38-second three-point barrage in the first quarter was straight up legendary, and her dagger 3 in the fourth sealed the deal. Kelsey Mitchell was huge in this game, dropping 22 points on 9 of 16 shooting. Her ability to attack the rim and hit pull-up jumpers kept the Liberty's defense honest, opening up space for Clark. Mitchell's energy was infectious, and she came up clutch in the fourth quarter with that transition. 3 Aliyah Boston had a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Her work on the glass, especially those 5 offensive rebounds, gave the Fever extra possessions. She also held her own against Breanna Stewart, which is no easy task. Shout out to Lexi Hull, who came off the bench for 14 points, including 3 of 5 from 3. Her timely shooting and hustle plays were huge in keeping the Fever's momentum. On the Liberty's side, Sabrina Ionescu was incredible. 34 points on 11 of 20 shooting, including 5 of 9 from 3. She did everything she could to keep New York in it, but her teammates didn't give her enough support. Still, this was a superstar performance. Breanna Stewart had 24 points on 9 of 17 shooting, but she struggled in the second half, going 3 of 8. The Fever's physical defense, led by Boston, made her work for 3-point shooting. The Fever set a franchise record with 17 threes on 35 attempts, 48.6%. The Liberty shot a respectable 8 of 20, 40%, but they couldn't keep up with Indiana's volume. Rebounding, the Fever dominated the glass, 42-30, including 15 offensive rebounds that led to 18 second chance points. Assists, Indiana had 25 assists on 38 made field goals, showing great ball movement. The Liberty had 18 assists. Turnovers, both teams took care of the ball, with the Fever committing 10 turnovers and the Liberty 12. Bench points, the Fever's bench outscored New York's 24-10, with Hull and others stepping up big. The Fever's efficiency was off the charts. They shot 50% from the field, 38 of 76, and 48.6% from 3, while holding the Liberty to 44.6%, 33 of 74, and 40% from deep. This was a clinic in offensive execution. Indiana's 3-point barrage forced the Liberty to guard the perimeter, opening up driving lanes for Mitchell and Clark. The Fever's 15 offensive rebounds were a killer, giving them extra shots while tiring out New York's front court. While Ionescu and Stewart got theirs, the Fever limited the Liberty's role players. New York's bench and secondary scorers combined for just 30 points. Indiana scored 18 fast break points, capitalizing capitalizing on Liberty turnovers and missed shots. The Liberty couldn't stop the Fever's shooters, especially Clark and Hull. They gave up too many open looks. New York's bench was outplayed, scoring just 10 points. They needed more from their role players.